Hey, honey.
Yeah.
You know what the date is today?
The date?
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
With it being the end of the year, this is the perfect time to make a calendar. Not only does it make a great DIY holiday gift, but it gets you ready for the new year, which I cannot believe is only a few weeks away. This video is sponsored by my friends at DAP Products and the Home Depot. I drew up a design and tried to keep the angles and measurements as simple as possible. I actually drew up the building plans for this project and I'm sharing them for free on my blog post, so make sure you check out the description box for a direct link. I first started by cutting pieces for these triangular shaped end supports. If this is your first Pneumatic Addict video, I just want to say thank you. I'm glad you're here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and tag the little bell so you never miss one of my new projects. I did a quick dry fit just to make sure that all my angles were okay. Next, it was time to join the pieces together. I've been using this dual glue trick for almost all my projects lately, and it's especially good on small projects like this. I apply a thin layer of traditional wood glue to the joint area, and then I follow up with a couple of drops of a quick setting CA glue, like this DAP Rapid Fuse, which is my personal favorite. The CA glue basically works as a clamp. It grabs the wood and holds it tight while the wood glue has time to cure. It makes it so I don't have to sit around waiting hours for glue to dry. With all three pieces of the triangle together, I added a little bit of tape just to give it some more clamping pressure, and then I set them aside to dry. To make it just a little less likely that somebody would impale themselves on top of the triangles, I took it over to my miter saw and just lopped off about ½ an inch from the top. I then cut 5 11-inch long lengths of dowel, which will become the rails of the calendar. I sanded the triangles and the rails, and then I was ready to start applying my text circles. The most difficult part of designing this calendar was trying to figure out how I was going to transfer the text onto the wood. Luckily, one of my best friends, Tamar from 3x3 Custom, just released a video about Waterslide decals. She does a great job of explaining the whole process of making and using the decals, so instead of explaining it, I'm just going to tell you to go check out her video. There's a link in the description box. I'll just say that they were a lot easier to use than I expected. Actually, it was kind of fun when you got the hang of it. Off camera, I sprayed a few coats of a high glass lacquer over the rails to seal the text circles, and then it was time to switch to metal. I decided to make the pieces that go back and forth on the rails, which I'm going to call sliders, out of aluminum. I figured it would be way easier to drill the holes in the aluminum before I cut it into small pieces. I started by marking the length of the sliders and indicating the center where the hole needed to be drilled. I then drilled 1/8 inch diameter pilot holes. I needed to drill a 3/4 inch diameter hole for the viewing window on the slider. And if you've ever drilled holes that diameter in any sort of metal, you know it's kind of tricky. I drilled one hole with a standard 3/4 inch drill bit and was having a lot of trouble, so I quickly switched over to one of my husband's step drill bits. They're a little expensive, but man, step drill bits are really worth it when you're trying to drill a large diameter hole. Are you liking what you see so far? Make sure to click that thumbs up button. Once the holes were drilled, it was time to cut the aluminum tubing to the final slider length. Of course, somehow I forgot to film that part, so I have a little reenactment for you. There are several ways to cut metal, especially aluminum. You can actually use traditional woodworking tools to cut aluminum just fine. I recently put a wood and metal blade on my Ryobi circular saw, so I decided to use that. I know you might not believe me, but this same circular saw blade can actually cut through steel almost as easy as this aluminum. I sanded the edges of the aluminum sliders, and then it was time to put everything together. I intentionally didn't apply finish to the ends of the rails or to the triangular pieces because I wanted to make sure my glue would bond well. I used the same dual glue trick using my wood glue and my rapid fuse, and I started to attach the rails to the first triangle. I got the 4 front rails with all the text on them in place, and then I started to put the sliders on. I then applied a little bit more glue to the second triangle and moved it into place. Just for a little bit more reinforcement and so I could move quickly, I added a few 23 gauge pin nails. That's totally optional, you don't have to add any sort of fasteners, the glue alone would be plenty strong for a project like this. The last step of the assembly was to add the back bottom rail. I found it really helpful to use a square to help me pull the sides of the triangles in and keep everything square. I added a couple more pin nails and then I was ready for finish. Because I did decide to use those pin nails, I had a few little holes and defects that I needed to fill with some wood filler before my clear coat. If I know I'm not going to stain a project, I always try to match my wood filler as closely to the species of wood as I can. I found that this DAP plastic wood in the color red oak was almost perfect for my mahogany or sapele wood. Once the plastic wood was dry, I gave everything a final sand and it was time for lacquer. Since the rails were already finished and I didn't want to get lacquer on the raw aluminum, I just threw a little paper towel over one half of the calendar and sprayed the other. Luckily, lacquer dries really fast, so I just moved the paper towel back and forth in between coats, spraying the ends. The very last step was to add some rubber bumper feet to the bottom, and my new calendar is all done. As soon as I started building it, my husband already claimed this for his desk at work. It definitely has one of those old school slide rule abacus kind of vibes, and my husband's an engineer, so I think it would be perfect for his work. This would also be a great gift for pretty much any office worker, teacher, you name it.
I'm really happy with it and it works really well. There's just a couple things that I'm going to do differently next time when I start making them for gifts. I bought a 5/8 inch diameter hole punch off of Amazon for a few bucks because cutting out the little icons was kind of tedious with scissors. Although I love the look of the slightly darker mahogany, it's beautiful, but I think it might be a little easier to read the black lettering on a light colored wood like poplar or maple.
Luckily, it's a pretty quick project too, easily made in an afternoon, and it could be really inexpensive if you had some scrap lying around. You guys like Instagram? If you're not following Pneumatic Addict on Instagram, you're totally missing out. Instagram is the social platform that I'm the most active on, and I love to share some sneak peeks of the projects I'm working on, especially in my stories. If you're interested in some more DIY gift ideas, make sure you check out this video. Or maybe this one. Thanks for watching, guys.